In this video, I'm going to show you how to do some super cute holiday lettering on mini holiday cards. These cards and envelopes were part of the December lettering box, and there's just a few different ideas in here of different things that you could letter and put on them. This first one is a Merry Christmas to You card, and so I always start with drawing in some guidelines. I usually just draw in the baseline. I don't draw in the waistline or center line or any of that, just a baseline, and then I go in and I draw everything out in pencil. And this is super helpful because I always make mistakes, and it's just nice to be able to erase and adjust as needed. In this one, I wasn't planning to put Merry Christmas to You until I finished this and realized how off-centered my words were. So then I just thought, well, I'll add to you and then it will center it out. And so that happens to me sometimes when my lettering doesn't quite get centered. I'll add more to the phrase, so more lettering, or sometimes I'll add in some floral elements to help balance it out. And then here I'm going over it with a Uniball fine liner pen that was also in the lettering box, and I'm turning it into faux calligraphy by adding a thickness everywhere that I was moving the pen down. It's super cute and fun. This one is a wreath. So I love doing this. You start by just doing some pine branches and you go around in an oval shape. Then you add some leaves in and just fill in all the different areas. And then I just went in and added some berries. The last step is just to add a name. So I drew my baseline and then I go in pencil and I just go through and write the name one stroke at a time. In the lettering box, we're learning faux calligraphy with this box, and so anytime our pen is moving in an upward direction, it's going to be a thin line, and anytime we're moving our pen in a downward direction, it's going to be a thick line. And you'll notice I always wait until the very end to add all the flourishes and little extras just to make sure everything fits well and looks balanced. And then I just went over it again with that fine liner marker. This design is fun. So it has a bow at the top and it's just some mistletoe. So I'm kind of using some of those same shapes we did in the wreath with some long skinny leaves, some rounded leaves, and then I'm just adding a name at the bottom. But I love this idea of doing mistletoe or doing a really cute bow on these mini cards. And so I just went over it with the fine liner afterwards, added a few details into the bow, and just went over all of the different leaves. And so you could fill it with any type of leaf style that you like, and then just added the faux calligraphy to the bottom to finish out the name. The last one that I did just says Happy Holidays. And so this one you'll see when I'm going through, I mess up on the end and I put Happy Holiday without the S. And so this is another great example why it's so great to be working in pencil because then I can erase it, I can fix it, and get it to how I want it to actually be. And so I am writing kind of darkly and using a lot of pressure because this is a video, but normally I do try to write really lightly so that when I do erase, it's not super obvious afterwards. And I'm just adding the happy to the top and adding a little bit of flourishing. And then from here, I'm going to go over it with the fine liner and just turn it into that faux calligraphy. This is how the cards turned out. Make sure to follow along to learn more about lettering and wax seals.